Yeah, yes, Dr. Hina.
Sir, it's regarding saturation targets. Like for screening for critical heart disease, we usually do SpO2 screening,
Yeah,
the target of which is 95%.
yeah.
So, like why during weaning a baby from higher to lower respiratory support, we keep targets from 90 to 95%? Like what should we follow? Suppose for screening of CCHD, like in our unit, we used to do like if a baby is having 94%, 93% oxygen on room air. So we used to give the baby oxygen by foot. And then we used to screen for sepsis and echo if there is no murmur. So
We are talking of two different things. I mean, the critical heart disease screening is typically done in the postnatal ward on a stable baby. For the NICU, usually we do it before the baby transfers out of the NICU once the disease is resolved. If the baby is in NICU, you're already assessing the baby as a pediatrician or a neonatologist, and you're looking at the various differential diagnoses for the respiratory distress or oxygen requirement. That includes heart disease. So, if the baby doesn't fit with the pattern of RDS or TTN, for example, or if the baby has no distress but is hypoxic, you would think immediately of heart disease and critical heart disease, and you'd be examining the baby for a murmur, feeling the femoral pulse and everything. So, the critical heart disease screening is more important for the baby who is in the postnatal ward or about to go home. So you don't want to miss any baby. If the baby is in the NICU and is being monitored, your critical thinking is going to work and you're going to continuously assess. So the CCHD screening for these babies is before discharge. You understand? And if the baby already had an echo for any reason, you don't need to do the critical heart disease screening because you've already done an echo to meet that requirement. So you would tick that box that baby had echo. Of course, before discharge, you can repeat the CCHD screen in that baby as well. But in
So, sir,
terms of
can we wean the baby?
yeah,
Yes, sir. So, can we wean the baby on oxygen to room air at a saturation of 90%?
90 to 95 is the target, but you need to go by the overall picture of the baby. If the baby is, why the baby is having only 90 in room air? For the heart disease screen, we have 95 and above as normal, and 90 to 95 is borderline, and below 90 is a definite fail. And more than 3% difference. So you have three categories of that. If the baby is below 90, it's a clear fail. You have to take the baby to NICU and intervene urgently. If it's 90 to 94, you have to repeat after 1 hour. Now they reduced it to only one repeat is adequate by the new AAP update. But more than 95 and less than 3% difference between the upper and lower limbs, it's a pass. So obviously you are talking of respiratory distress and babies needing oxygen. That's a totally different scenario. 90 to 95 is adequate to prevent hypoxia related injury to the baby, and it doesn't risk hyperoxia. That's why we keep that target. The baby has lung disease, you are giving supplemental oxygen. So you have to assess why the baby is needing it. As I said before, babies need pressure, not just oxygen. If the baby is not saturating well, maybe you need to increase the support on NIV or whatever you need to do. So just to review the aspect of approach to respiratory distress as well. Don't confuse the two things. CCHD screen is different and approach to respiratory distress is different. And in a baby coming to an NICU, you would do the CCHD screen just before you discharge the baby once baby is off oxygen. Rekha, you had any questions?